Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
No gain on this defense, no gain. Hey, wahoo!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's hauled in by Hardy. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
25, check 25, check 25. Get it.
2nd and 9 now. And he fires one incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Ready?
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 32-yard line.
50, plant. 56. Watch the screen, watch the 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Hey, zoom. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Kill, kill, kill.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. That's complete to Turner. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
It's 4th down.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
Thursday for 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
Greer and the Panthers set to go 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Going quickly out wide to Moore. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Hey, Delta.
Greer on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Yeah. Mike, 53.
On 2nd and 10, Greer. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Keep on, 152 fighter. Look at me, zipper. Check 53. Hey, foxtrot.
Another try after the first down sack. Greer. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
2nd and 2. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Panthers' 40-yard line.
Here we go, set, 60 Pittsburgh. Here we go. Topper. All day. Watch the safety creep. Ready.
2nd and 3. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. Back deep for the Panthers, DJ Moore. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Rock it. Snap.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Just like that.
They run it here with Gordon. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. He has just eclipsed the 13,000-yard mark for his career. What a career it's been. Incredible running the football.
At the Falcons' 37-yard line.
Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Stand up here. Come on, set. 18 Gator. 53 smart. And watch your leg.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Running right, it's a handoff to Gordon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
He's crashing. He's checking crack. Kill. Gone.
On second down, it's Gordon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So following the run by Gordon, here's first and 10.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Hey! Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check. 53 is the mic. Check. Hard. Let's go.
First down, Greer. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Jeffrey Simmons busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
We're going to keep getting sacks.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
You better break. I'm letting you know right now. Hey, Irvin. 53, Mike. It's been a long day for you. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
On second down, here's Greer. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Thomas, the intended target.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Ready.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Kill. 80 weapon. Kill. Buzz. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic. You can't block me. You can't.
2nd and 10. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Brian Burns. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Push him back. Switch. Now. Let's go.
Now back to throw. And that is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Greer looking for the out route, and he's got more. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Carolina.
On the ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. Now.
On first down, it's Greer. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Here we go, set, 10 logo. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Protein spill. Yo, Jackrabbit, come on. Right up.
Into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Falcons push further out in front. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 8.
Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Let's go.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. 22 Jet Bombers. 22 Jet Bombers. Hey, Haywood. Bang, 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 bang.
Throwing on 3rd down, Greer. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check 4, check 4.
On 1st and 10, Greer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They go quickly here out to Moore. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage.
Got it. 53. Hey, wahoo! Check. 53. Check. 50. Go. Hey, let's get this. Get this. 53. Hey, high 7. You gonna get this going? You think you hit it?
On 3rd and long, here's Greer. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
First down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Smooth. Recon, 132 fighter. 53. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Slam, slam, slam. 53. Get it.
Now a first down throw, Greer. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Down. 8 read. Check 53. We don't want that. We got to get it. Pick up the ball. 53 to Mark. 53. Hey, dude. Hey, let's pin the mirror. Hey. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike. Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Greer, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5. But he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So that'll back him up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Showing it. 6-6, pull it high. Hey, Delta. 56. Ready?
They'll look to throw here. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Set 70, Indy. 5.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving.
Let's go. 30 base.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. but overall I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Hey, box drop. Shoot.
2nd and 10. Here's Greer again. And Daniels has it left side. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
From the gun on 3rd down, Greer hits his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Ready.
Greer now, 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. 61, matchbox, lights. Hey, exit.
Greer looks to throw again. Rush coming, and he's taken down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Greer. And now here is another interception. He's picked off at his own 46.
Ready? 10 Lobo. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, D. 5.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Watch the ship. Hey, seam 6. 5.
Looking to throw. That's complete to Turner. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. In for the score. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Raekwon McMillan gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. To try again after the sack. Greer. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tack McKinley. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got. Hey, Haywood. 53. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning it.
Out of the gun, Greer. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
Now, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
When teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
64, weak. Watch the twits. Jam, 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 jam. Bravo.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brian Burns in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
50, plant. Protein spill. Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him. even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 9 now. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a game of 11.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Yeah! Give me that ball, defense! Hey! Wahoo!
3rd and 2, Greer. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 48, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Recon, 132 fighter. Be driven.
They'll run on 1st down. Hardy. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
2nd and 2. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
49, check 6-6, bullet high.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Getting this into the hands of Turner. And they'll get this down to the 10. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Check 50, check 50. Hey, high 7.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's a second and 7. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And now look at him go. The 40. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So now out is the Panther offense as they'll come in and go for the two-point try. After the turnover, here's Greer. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone. Keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22.
Hey, Delta. 5.
Second and 10. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A gain there of 21 yards.
Here we go. Stop. 18 gainer.
First and 10 at the 43.
Topper. Check 9. Hey, Alpha. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on first and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they look very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now back to throw. And he's going to go down again. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Come on, set. 60 or. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Norman. Decent start there to the drive. Big hill to climb, needing 2 touchdowns, also a 2-2-point conversion.
So, partner, how do you eat an elephant?
I don't eat an elephant. Who eats elephant?
Well, if you do it one bite at a time. That's the way they've got to play this, one play at a time. Yes, there's urgency, but they have to be careful as well.
Let's go with like a 50-ounce ribeye. One bite at a time.
All right, I'm with you.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Greer to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Melvin Gordon unable to push his way forward. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. The clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance of winning.
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hardy. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On the ready.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Go. Now.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Hey.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. He'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Here we go on fourth down. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And Duke Riley will get credit for the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
18 Gators. Check 53. There we go.
From just shy of midfield, Greer. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 34. Operating in the red zone now, Greer. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way, and you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done, really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball.
You just like
you're
one
handing
game
out.
ball?
You're handing out.